and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and today I'm going to be doing my June wrap-up. I actually read 11 books in the month of June, which I'm really pleased with because the reason that I haven't been doing wrap-up videos in the past couple of months is because I haven't been reading much at all, but I finally came out of my slump. So without further ado, let's talk about the books that I read this month. The first book that I read in the month of June was Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. The first 50 pages or so was a little bit slow, but after that it became really intense and fast-paced. This book follows a 16-year-old boy named Wade Watts who lives in the future, the year 2044, and basically everything is shit. Except for this virtual online utopia called Oasis, which he plays constantly and is obsessed with and has basically made his goal in life to find and complete the puzzles that the designer of the game has left within it. So that is his life's mission and it follows him trying to complete it. I highly recommend it. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book was actually recommended to me by the same friend that recommended the last book, and that was Dragons of Autumn Twilight by Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman. I have no idea how to describe this book to you except it's about these 7 main characters, I think, that all go on a quest to defeat a dragon. It's kind of Lord of the Rings-esque, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read in the month of June was Breathless by a Swedish author whose name I don't know, can't remember. This is another book that's really hard to describe because it's not exactly heavy in plot. It's more of a magical realism-esque story following a girl and basically how she grows up, her life, her family history. The writing style is so beautiful and poignant, and I just can't even describe to you exactly what it is. I can't pinpoint it, but I highly recommend this for any fans of The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, anything like that. I think you would definitely enjoy this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book is My Lady Jane. It's written by 3 different authors whose names I can't remember at this moment. It's a historical fiction, heavy on the fiction. I didn't think it would be funny. I was expecting a normal historical fiction, a bit dry, but no, this book was hilarious. It's so good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was actually a play, and that is Macbeth by William Shakespeare. I have slowly been making my way through most of Shakespeare's work. It's dark, it's bloody, and violent, and wonderful, and highly recommend. The next book that I read was actually my only reread of this month, which I'm very proud of, and that is Wink Poppy Midnight by April Genevieve Tucholke. If you guys have been following my channel for any number of time, you will know that I absolutely love this author and all of her books. This book follows 3 main characters, Wink, Poppy, and Midnight, all who are dealing with a very bad incident that happened one summer. One of them knows the truth and one of them is lying. It's mysterious, it's dark. It's written with that same darkly beautiful writing that April Genevieve Tucholke always manages to pull off. I once again gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read this month was Night Film by Marisha Pessl. This book follows a disgraced journalist by the name of Scott McGrath who met his downfall at the hands of a very dangerous story that he went too far in investigating. It's years later and he has tried to escape it, but now he finds his interest in an old case reopened. This is such a dark, interesting book, and I don't want to talk about it now too much because I will be having a spoiler-free review with all of my thoughts coming very soon. But I will just say that I really enjoyed it and I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was considerably more lighthearted than literally any of the other books that I read, and that was Queens of Geek by Jen Wilde. I can't even talk about this book yet because I'm still consumed with feels. One of the main characters is bisexual, the other main character has anxiety, and she's on the autism spectrum. This book is diverse and exciting and actually incredibly cute. It doesn't have much by way of plot, that it takes place over the course of a few days in a convention center. It's so good, you guys. 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was Black Souls by Nicole Castroman. You guys may remember that I read the first book in this series, Black Hearts, a while back. This series is essentially the backstory and origin of the pirate Blackbeard. I keep expecting this series to be a little bit more piratey than it is, and I have no other way to describe why I don't love it other than that. The first one didn't have any piracy in it at all, and this one did have some, but it just isn't filling the piratey void that I have in my soul, if that makes any sense at all. I liked this better than the first one, but it still isn't hitting the spot for me, and I only gave it 3 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read in June was Exit Pursued by a Bear by E.K. Johnston. This is a book that I wasn't sure if I was actually ever going to pick up because of the premise. It's a very dark story that follows a girl that's going to cheerleading camp and gets sexually assaulted, and it's her experience with that and the aftermath of that. The main character just has this quality of strength within her that I found absolutely inspiring. Like I said, it's a tough subject to tackle, but the author did it with incredible grace, and I highly recommend this book, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then the 11th and final book that I read during the month of June was The Last Wish. Okay, so you may have heard of the video game The Witcher. Everybody that I know highly recommends them. They say it's like one of the best video games out there that you could play right now. Most of my friends were really into it, and they were like, you gotta play this game. And I'm not much of a gamer, but I am a huge reader, as you know. And so when I found out that there was a book series that sort of delved into the Witcher world, I was like, I can't necessarily sign up for the game yet, but give me the books, let me get a taste of this world, see if I'm interested, and then maybe you could drag me into playing the game. So I picked up the first book in the series. Because it's a video game book series, I was skeptical of whether it would be like good quality, but it really was.
I was blown away and will definitely be continuing with the series, and I might even be swayed to play the video game if I can finish Assassin's Creed, which is doubtful.
And I gave The Last Wish 4 out of 5 stars. So that is it for my monthly wrap up. These are some of the books that I read. You guys should let me know down below if you have read any of these books and what you thought of them, or some of the books that you would like to get to in July. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. I post new videos twice a week. If you guys would like to follow me on Twitter or any of my social medias, I will leave the links to those in the description box below, as always. But most of all, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye!